I wanna spend some beauty of it all when the sun comes shining through. To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime. And I wanna spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
We're live.
Yeah.
Okay. Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Olympian Table. My name's Steve Williams, and we're here to talk about general events of the week and any pop culture stuff that we feel. And because we played that music today, it's just the two of us, the two lone ladies, Laura and Courtney from Lone Star Premier Mortgage, are not here. They're at a company event, so it's just me and Kay Johnson. How you doing today, Kay?
I'm good.
But we just wanted to make sure that we got this out. We had some things that we just wanted to discuss. Some of them are a little bit hot under the collar, I think. The last item, I think, is going to be a little bit hot under the collar. But we're going to start off, hopefully, with a little bit of fun mood. A few fun things. I seen the first thing on YouTube, and these are... I'm into reggae music, always like reggae music. And I really think this is a what I consider a new group from Africa. You got it? Let's take it. You don't think that's cool? How imaginative can you get? Look at that. And if you look at their age, and if you look at the actual rhythm, it's not bad. I know, that was the one short, and then there was another short that I thought was really funny where let's move on to the second short. But I already think that
This one.
where a pizza delivery guy helped catch somebody that ends a high-speed car chase. So hit the play button.
That's a high-speed chase. Oh my God, Jäger! Oh my God, Jäger! There's a high-speed chase.
What do you find really funny about that, Kay?
I think so. The main thing, I just like the fact that the wife is just freaking out. She's like, "There's a high-speed chase."
There's two things I find funny about that.
And then tripping.
The first thing is the I don't know if it's the wife or I don't know if he's actually the pizza delivery guy, but whoever the homeowner is, she is freaking out.
She was going crazy.
All right, and then he managed to trip the guy up, still holding the pizza.
Oh, that's true. He was not about to let that pizza go.
You know, so who needs guns? You know, we've got courageous people like this. I thought it was just so funny to see this, and obviously I don't think it's a setup because the police are involved in it. So anyway, Kay, you put something in our little chat yesterday about two chimps, correct? It got a bit of...
It was cute. A little monkey. Seeing the sky for the first time.
He got some coverage yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was a chimp that hadn't seen his owner, I guess.
No, he just never, they were in captivity she was in captivity for so long, she just never seen the sky before in her whole life. We have a lot of ads going on here. Just waiting for the ads to go away. Okay, there we go. But can you imagine? She was mesmerized.
Yeah, just move it back so we've got it from the beginning. Can we do that? So where was she locked up all these years?
I have no idea where, you know.
It seems so harsh that the chimp was locked up for so many years.
Right.
Do you want to click that play button?
Mm-hmm. Oh, if it'll play.
So this chimp had lived in captivity for what, 15 years?
Or something like that, yeah. Her whole life.
Poor thing.
I'm surprised she wasn't scared.
What, when she came out?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. I mean, it could have took quite a time to get her out.
That's true.
You know, savethechimps.org. So that'll be another sort. I want to take a look at that source a bit later in the show when we've, you know, sort of done a bit more. But it irritates me when we, you know, treat the planet this way. First of all, with the way we treat a lot of our animals. I love elephants. I would love to. One of my dreams is to go to some of these elephant sanctuaries, and you can actually volunteer, or some of them you have to pay, but you can go there and you can watch the elephants. And you can go in the river and do it, and it's supposed to be an awful lot of fun. Some people say the elephants are drugged because they are, you know, they can be aggressive, but apparently with each of the elephants has a person, and that never changes. So all you're doing is going as an assistant to the person that that elephant is used to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Them sanctuaries, they're in India, they're in, there's one in Nepal, I believe, there's a few in Thailand, Cambodia, they're all around the place.
How long do elephants live? On
I
average?
believe they live for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's true what they say about, you know, elephants never forget, because there's been things out there that, they, you know, commented on where, you know, they've lasted some time, but I think it's such a horrible thing when elephants are poached, and they're just poached for the ivory, and the ivory goes to a lot of the Asian countries.
Right.
You know, and I think it's a wise thing to take the ivory off.
Of the market? Or?
No, take the ivory off the elephants.
Oh, yeah.
Because what the poachers do is kill the elephants and then saw off the ivory. So what I think is a better deal is to sedate the elephant, cut off the ivory, then there's no ivory left on the elephant to kill the elephant. You understand?
Yeah, they're in the sanctuaries. That makes sense.
So
it's male elephants that only the male elephants have tusks, or do you?
Correct.
Okay.
I think that's correct. Anyway, if anybody in the channel, please like, subscribe, and get in the chat. And then the other one that we recently had, the Glastonbury festival in England, which is a huge musical event, and it attracts such big stars. And there was a photo taken of Prince Louis, who made an appearance at Glastonbury, and apparently he really got into the music. He was really into it. you know, and here's a photo of him. Apparently he was really into the music at the event. He's been to a couple of Aston Villa games as well, because Prince William is a Aston Villa supporter. So, such as myself. But basically he's really enjoying raw life at the moment.
That is so funny.
Yeah, apparently he was into the rock and roll, believe it or not. Heavy rock. That's what they reckon. Yeah. And then I want to sort of move on, and this is the centre of our conversation today, is I was listening to a Denzel Washington comment on fatherhood, and it was an article by Deborah Simmons, who basically says, can we talk? And Denzel Washington is probably going to catch hell for opposing a family values script that has been tethered in the hands of conservatives. And I just wanted to know what everybody's comments were, you know, on this. Have you got the article in front of you?
Mm-hmm. I have the article.
This is Denzel Washington. You're not being...
I know. I'm trying to set it up to do it automatically.
There it is. And Denzel Washington on fatherhood, family values. And if you go into analysis and opinion, which is a little bit further down, Denzel Washington is probably going to catch hell for opposing a family values script that has been tethered in the hands of conservatives. It starts at home. The prolific actor recently told the New York Daily News, it starts with how you raise your children. If a young man if a young man doesn't have a father figure, he'll go find a father figure. So you know, I can't blame the system. It's unfortunate that we make such easy work for them. Mr. Washington's comments made during a press junket for his just released film Roman J. Israel Esquire, which is about a lawyer. The Law and America's System of Justice, the movie didn't do so well over the Thanksgiving weekend, which is not surprising considering the competition including in Big Family Draw. Anyway, basically, Denzel Washington went out to say that if if men aren't involved in the upbringing of their children, then what ends up happening is the kids end up on the streets, and the streets end up being the father of the kids when they come up. What's your feeling on that, Kate? Because I know you had a bit of a difficult upbringing, didn't you?
Yeah, just a little bit, but I always had a stepdad and things like that. But I do agree, because further on in the article it says, does it say, it starts with how you raise your children, and he'll go find a father figure, and it's like that father figure could be a gang leader or a ne'er-do-well who hangs out at the neighborhood park, or it could just be anybody, like a drug dealer, kids. If you've noticed, kids who have parents, it's not even about a two-parent household. I think as long as you're in their lives, no matter what, in any way, any capacity, they'll grow up a little better and be more secure in themselves, because I think that's also how abandonment issues start, because I remember growing up, a lot of kids didn't have their dads in their lives, and kids would be able to make fun of them, and they would be like, at least I know who my daddy is, just little things like that. And so I think that with having a father figure, you're more secure as an adult, right? Because it's like you start abandonment issues if you don't have a dad, because if your dad's not around when you're a kid, it's like, oh, why doesn't
Right.
Why don't you want me around? And so then you get insecure adults, and then they start looking to other means to
And I think
get that
it sort
love.
of, the problem is as well, it sort of passes down as well.
Mm-hmm.
If if my grandfather, say I had a grandfather and my grandfather didn't have a father figure around, and then it just passes down through the generations.
Yeah, because then you start thinking.
Well, is that normal? Is that the normal?
Right. Or they're just like, well, my mom did fine without, having my
Right.
dad around, so I don't have to be in this person's life, and just little things like that.
So
That is
I
true.
thought it was interesting what Denzel Washington said, and it makes you think. And I highly respect Denzel Washington. To be perfectly honest, I highly respect him. I think, but I thought it was an interesting comment. It was made some time ago, but it just came to light because when I was doing some of my research, and I really think it was just an interesting comment, And then
I think it's important. I think it's also important because we live, that he made that comment in 2017, so that was 5 years ago, 6, but there are so many single parents now, and I think it's kind of become a norm to where even people, like, I know people who have had, who are pregnant now, right, and they're like, even if the dad isn't around, I've always thought about just having my kid myself, and I think that that's crazy. I don't think that they realize that, you have a whole nother person.
you need a support structure.
Yeah.
You need something around you. You need a family structure around you.
Exactly.
So
It's
it goes to show how far I am behind you, and it's 2017, and here we are in 2023. But I thought it was an interesting. The reason why I thought it was interesting was I do believe that Denzel Washington is one of these people who's a no-nonsense person.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and he's known for a no-nonsense person, even in his movies.
Yeah.
And I think that when you hear that come out of a black man's mouth, I don't think it just applies to black people. I think it applies to all families.
Yeah.
So, and that's the part that I think I don't want it to be distracted by. I think it's the same for all families. I think it's important that all families have a good support structure around them, because at times we need it. Sometimes life is tough, and to me life's designed to be tough at times.
Mm-hmm.
So that was sort of that. And then of course I'm going to get onto my favourite topic, which being English, I really enjoyed the next topic, which is good old Meghan and Harry, where they lost their Spotify deal, and now they're looking at losing their Netflix deal, because by all accounts what they are doing is they're not producing enough content for the likes of Netflix, and so anyway, I hope they sort of get through this. I don't wish any ill on Harry or Meghan. I do think that the episode they pulled of the famous car chase in England, which supposedly lasts 2 hours,
In New York. Which is crazy.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I mean, how can you do a car chase in New York? I think it was a setup, and I think it was to make another. And I think it's getting to that point where they need to create some sort of sensationalism, some sort of drama, because people are dropping them like bricks because they're not producing content.
Yeah. Well, it says that it was canceled before it even began.
Right.
Which is funny.
Right. And there was a cartoon
Yeah.
that they was going to do called Pearl, Archie type show, and it's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, just be strewn on Princeton's path. And also what's interesting is it's rumoured that what Harry and Meghan want to do now is changed the name from Windsor, which is the name of the royal family, and they want to change it to Spencer after Princess Diana, because their family name was Spencer. But apparently the Spencers as a family aren't very happy about that.
Well, that's
They're not very happy about William wanting to take, his no.
I think I didn't even realize that I've never known their last names. I've never known any of the royal family's
It's
last
really,
names.
no disrespect to UK, but there's a lot of Americans that don't understand how the royal family works. It's a natural thing in America that when somebody says something about you, you either do one of three things. You shoot a gun at them and you fire it. You punch them, or you have not even a conversation about it these days, because it's so bipartisan. All right, but the royal family, they won't be shooting guns at you. They won't even comment on things. If somebody has a comment to say about the royal family, they will not even comment on it.
Yeah.
They've never done it. They've always been a class act. I was lucky enough to meet a few of them. The one that really stuck out with me, to be perfectly honest, was Princess Anne through the British Olympic Committee. Now she's an Olympian herself, and I've got to tell you that I think I wish Harry and Meghan well, but the people I really feel sorry for are their kids, because they've been pitted against one another, and I think it's okay playing the blame game. It's a little bit like Denzel Washington, if you want to, about broken families, playing the blame game. But the truth of the matter is, just look at yourself first and see what you're doing. And I had a conversation with one of my agents yesterday who completely disagreed with me, and that's her prerogative. But I said, if you are going into something like the royal family, then you have to have, what you get. One, you know what you're getting into. Two, when we met the royal family, we had somebody tell us what we could do, what we couldn't do. We shake their hand. We don't touch any other part of their body. The girls was taught to curtsy. So, it happens, and I really can't believe how long was Meghan and Harry dating. I don't think we'll ever know the official time, because it was all hush hush, top secret. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, if you've got to blame anybody, then you should blame Harry, because Harry should have educated Meghan more. Regardless what people say in America, Meghan was welcomed with open arms to the English public. And if you have something that you value within the English, with the United Kingdom, and you value it as much as English people generally do. I mean, obviously there's people that don't agree with the monarchy, but when you value something as that, and you feel that somebody's coming after your home, it's a natural thing for you to defend it. And unfortunately, I think it's got out there into the press. Perhaps some of the press haven't reported things as accurately as they should have done. But now they're talking about changing their name. So I hope they can sort it out. I really do.
I wonder why they would go through that name change, though. That's really.
Well, to me, it's just to cause people to talk about it. It brings attention to it.
True.
That's to me all it is. It's just, let's just bring attention to it. But it's rumoured that they want to change their name, which I think is nuts. It's what you got into. And I do think it's a little bit of a mess when with everything they've gone through, when they, they expect to live in Canada or, over the pond, and they expect British taxpayers to pay their security bills, their rent, what's the difference between that and my son?
Oh my gosh.
Well, my son's got to live to, be a big boy. And he's led a very privileged life, and personally I don't think he fully appreciates the opportunities that he had, and I don't think Meghan does as well. But anyway, is that it for today?
I think that's all really.
Should we talk about that one guy who died drinking 21 cocktails? Do you want to talk about that?
I just thought it was an interesting story, and the face.
It was in the New York Post, and it was a man. He was an English guy, so he definitely wasn't a member of the royal family. But the man dies after trying to drink all 21 cocktails on the menu during a family vacation in Jamaica. A UK man on vacation with his family in Jamaica died after attempting to partake in a challenge that involved drinking all 21 cocktails featured on a bar's menu.
He got down to 12. He got to 12, and then he got really drunk and went to his room, and then I guess he started throwing up and things like that. So, yeah. He kind of...
Staffordshire area coroner. He was from Stafford, which isn't far from where I was brought up in Birmingham. So,
It looks like
interesting.
he had a good time.
Well, I don't know if you can say he died happy or whether he died. I don't drink, so I haven't got that to worry about.
Yeah, he got kind of he met 2 Canadian women while he was there, and they
Was
were
he a single guy?
I don't know, but he had his family. His family was there.
He just decided to go. So his family was there.
Yeah.
His family members who were on the trip with him said they tried in vain to help him. Well, the only way you could really help him was tell him to stop drinking. He was on his back choking. I put him in the recovery position and screamed for an ambulance. He was making a gurgling sound. As soon as he was in the recovery position, he vomited. I was shouting his name with no response. One of his family. It's a very, very sad situation.
It is very sad. That's gotta be really tense. But the family is now upset at the
Hotel?
Yeah, the medical team at the hotel for, I guess, she didn't perform CPR. She only did chest compressions on him. But yeah, and they didn't call the ambulance.
Everybody wants to sue everybody else these days.
That is very true, because I don't know what else they could have done. The ambulance still would have gotten there very late, so it's not like, they could have done much either way. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things like, what can you...
Whatever country you go to these days, there seems a lot of entitlement issues. And that's one of the things that I think Denzel Washington was sort of talking about, And you really got to, put your nose down and work at it. Life isn't easy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've had my hard times and my good times while I've been in America, but the truth of the matter is, if you stay focused. 5 P's in life. Pre-planning prevents piss poor performance. So.
Wait, what? Oh, I thought you said...
You never heard of that?
No.
The 5 P's in life. I was taught that by one of my first mentors. Pre-planning prevents piss poor performance.
That is so funny.
So you can put that on your click. What are the 5 P's in life? Pre-planning prevents piss poor performance.
Say that 5 times fast.
I don't know what might come out of my mouth if I end up saying that. But stay focused anyway. So stay focused this week. It is July the 4th next week, so we'll be celebrating in America. We'll be celebrating kicking the English butt, and a lot of them Americans will be wishing that I was at the end of one of them fireworks where they have the fireworks at night time. So until then, we hope you have a good week. Play hard, work hard. Please like, subscribe. If you want to contact me through c21olympiantx.com for any reason at all, please pass your comments in the chat button and in the chat on YouTube, and we would love to hear from you. Anyway, you take it easy, have a good week, and bye for now.